This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, today we are discussing about creating new module and adding forms, dialog boxes, and reports into the new module itself. So how to create a new module? Till now, we just have created all the things in existing module itself, right? So everything we have set up in the existing module, like we have taken the example of a HR module, and everything we kept it here in HR module itself. Suppose I just want to create my own module and I just want to integrate into the front-end application. So you just go to the new item here, go to the new item. Now I'm creating a new menu. It is a menu. What kind of name I have given? HR management menu. Okay, I'm just giving like this HR management menu. Now, first of all, we need to provide the label for this menu. What kind of name you want to show in the user interface as a as a menu name. Menu name in the sense module name. Okay, here you can see there are a number of modules are available, like expense management or cost management, cost accounting, like this. I'm creating a new menu here. The menu name HR management, something like I have given a module. Okay, the name I have given like this HR management module, and here no need to give anything here, only this is the name. Okay, save the changes, and here what kind of sections you want to drag and drop, what kind of things you want to show in this module, you just need to create here. Now I'm creating a new, there is a sub menu. Okay, I'm creating a sub menu. In the sub menu, like I'm just giving like a name as a forms. The label also I'm giving like forms. Okay, and I'm just creating one more sub menu like dialogues. Okay, the label also I'm giving like dialogues. Okay, I'm creating sub menu like reports. Okay, in this section, in this complete, we have three sections, right? Three sections. It is the action menu item, in the sense dialog boxes. I'm just going to drag and drop into the dialogues. Okay, in forms, we should drag and drop display menu items. I have these many of display menu items, uh, like fact box. Okay, only I'm going to drag and drop these two into the forms. And here reports, already output menu item we have created. Okay, this output menu item I'm going to drag and drop into the report section. Now our menu, I mean our module is ready, then we need to show in the user interface, right? So you just go to the application explorer in the view. If you go to the user interface, there is a menu here. If you can see, there is a main menu option is there, main menu option. Okay, we have to create extensions for this main menu. We should create extension for this main menu. Okay, now it is already available to create an extension, create extension, because this main menu belongs to application foundation. Already application foundation we have taken as a referenced model to our HR management model. HR management model. If you go to the next, see already application foundation selected as a referenced model, referenced package. Okay, so no need to select again. If you right click here, you can see there is a create extension option is available. Now I'm clicking on create extension. Now when you're clicking on create extension, see there is a main menu dot extension one. Now open this main menu dot extension one in the designer area. Now simply uh, uh, create a new menu reference. Okay, I'm creating a menu reference here. See, I'm creating a menu reference. I'm just going to the properties of the menu reference and the menu name which we have created recently. The menu name is this one, HR management menu, right? So the same name I'm selecting here. See here, okay, and the name also. Oh, 1 second. Look at this name also. I'm giving the same. Okay. Already we have given a label and everything to the here, right? So no need to provide anything here. Already we have given a label here, HR management module. Okay. Okay. That's it. We have to add that menu into the main menu. Then only you can see in the user interface itself. Now it is done. Let me build the project. Okay. The build process completed. Now let me refresh the user interface URL. See here, HR management module. When you click here, we have created 3 sections, right? Now you can open from here itself. Okay. So this is the way we have to create new module in the user interface. Now the next concept which I'm going to tell you about. So let me open. So I just want to tell you this one. If you go to the employee form, let me change the company name. Oh, here, just a second. Okay, so it is the like drop dialog form. It is drop dialog form, and this button control name is drop dialog button. I think we have not yet discussed this one. Okay, drop dialog form, that is drop dialog form. Now, okay, let me open the list page form itself. I'm going to open the list page form in the user interface. Okay, now if you see here, when you click new record, okay, but we are unable to type the information here. See, it is disabled. We are unable to type the information in the record itself. After creating new also, we are unable to create the new information, new record in the record itself, new values. Then how to create a record here? Okay, so now we'll do one thing. We'll reflect in, we'll create one particular button control, drop dialog button. Okay, we'll create one drop dialog button. In that dialog button, we'll set up the label. I mean, this particular employee ID, name, age, date of birth, address, phone number, and all. So we'll enter all the values in the drop dialog form, and when you click OK, automatically record has to create here. That is the concept which I'm going to tell you here. Now, first of all, go to the list phase form. Now I'm creating in action pane. I'm creating a action pane tab, and I'm creating a button group. In this button group, I'm going to creating a drop dialog button. So first time you are using this button control, drop dialog button. So this dialog button name, I'm going to give you like hire new worker. Go to the text property, hire new worker. Okay. When I click on this button control, one simple dialog box has to open. Okay. That form I'm going to creating right now. I'm going to creating right now that particular form. Go to the user interface. I'm creating a new form, hire worker form. Okay, hire worker form. So first of all, in this particular form, we'll create one temporary table. We'll create one temporary table, and we'll use that table here. Okay. Now I'm creating a temporary table, new item. Go to the data model. I'm creating a new temporary table here, like hire worker TMP. Okay, hire worker TMP. In this table, we required fields from EMP table. So let me copy the fields from copy. I'm going to paste it in temporary table itself. This table name I'm going to setting as tempdb, or we'll go for in memory. In memory is better. Table type. Just a second. Table type I am selecting in memory. Now let me build the project along with synchronization, because we have created a table, right? Why I have created this table? To design a dialog form. To design dialog form like this: employee ID, name, age, date of birth, address, phone number, and hire button is there below. Okay, hire button will be there. Hire button. So I will enter all the values. When I click on hire button, automatically this record has to create in the grid control. So all these particular fields I'm just making through temporary table, because after entering the values, once the form is closed, the values should not appear here, right? In the next time, again the form should be empty when I open this form. So that is the reason every time the values has to delete after using the values. So that is the reason I'm taking temporary table. Okay, now this table I'm going to using in the data source itself. Go to the tables. There is a temporary table here. Okay, let me drag and drop temporary table into the hire worker form. Now let me apply the caption. The caption I'm giving hire worker. Okay, hire worker. Let me apply the pattern called apply pattern. There is a drop dialog. Okay, drop dialog. After applying the drop dialog, there is a group control. It is asking group control. Okay, let me create a group control. Okay, another mandatory control is button group. So that also I'm creating here, button group. See here, button group. So the mandatory fields I have created and mandatory controls. Okay, so here it is the name I'm giving hire worker data. Okay, hire worker data. Uh, hire worker button, commit button. Okay, here we need to drag and drop the fields from hire worker temporary table to this particular group. First of all, employee ID, name, age, date of birth. What are the fields are available? Name, age, date of birth, address, phone number. Address and phone number. Okay, ID, name, age, date of birth, address, and phone number. Now I'm going to creating normal uh, normal button control because we need to write a code in this button control. Okay, the button control name hire worker, hire worker. The text also I'm giving hire worker. So this is the button control name, and it is asking some pattern. Okay, sub pattern like fields and field groups. Okay, let me apply the pattern called fields and field groups. So everything we have created here, and I'll do one thing. I will create a menu item for this hire worker form, and I will attach to the this particular drop dialog button control. Okay, let me create a menu item for this hire worker form. Menu item, display menu item. I'm going to creating a new menu item. Go to the user interface. Hire worker form. Okay, hire worker form. The menu item name. Okay, it is a form, and the form name is this one. Hire worker form. So menu item is ready. This menu item I will attach to here. Hire worker drop dialog button. That menu item name. Go to the menu item name property. The menu item name is hire worker form. So automatically we are going to attaching form to the drop dialog button. Okay, let me build a project. Okay, here synchronization is not required. Just now user interface has done, and we need to write the code when you click on the hire worker button. Okay, let me open this form again. List based form, we'll see. Okay. When you see here, there is a hire new worker. When you click here, see ID, name. Oh, why the label is showing here? Okay, let's go back to the field. Okay, the employee has deleted it, so that is the reason. Okay, I think we need to delete uh, extended data type. No, 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 no. In table level, I have given, I think, employee ID, the label property, right? Execute the form again. Okay, when you click here, see, it is not reflected. Okay, no problem. Okay, we'll enter the data, and when you click hire worker button, record has to create in this grid control. That is my intention. Okay, that is my intention. So here, what we need to do, we need to write a code on hire worker button control, which is available in hire worker form, hire worker drop dialog form. Let's go to the drop dialog form. So this one here, drop dialog form, this one. In this form, we have a button control called hire worker. In this button control, I'm creating a clicked method, and I just want to write the code here. So the data, whatever the data we are having in the temporary table, that is the reason we have used the temporary table in this particular form. So hire worker TMB, right? So here I'm writing like in which table I need to insert EMP table, right? So first of all, EMP LOC, and here EMP LOC dot EMP ID equal to hire worker TMP dot EMP ID. In the same way, LOC dot name equal to hire worker TMP dot name. Totally we have 6 fields, right? Is DOB, address, and phone number finally. Phone. And finally, we need to insert the record into the emp-loc dot, call the insert method to insert the record into the grid control. Okay. Let's build and see whether the record is inserting into the grid control or not. Okay, for example, already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I'll enter 110 record. Okay. Click on higher button, and when you refresh the record, if you refresh the grid control, just a second. We'll see whether the record has inserted into the table or not. We'll see first. 110 record. Okay, record not yet inserted. Okay, fine. And so here, mhm. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, after executing the after clicking on higher button, the form has to close, right? So I'm writing one more line of code here. Hire worker, there is a ds dot form run dot, there is a close. So automatically the form will close after clicking the button control. Okay, the form will close automatically here. And rebuild the project once again. Just a second. Our form is available in HR management module, right? HR management module. Okay, let me open this module. Oh, it is all employees. No, it is not this one. Okay, I think HR management. Okay, we'll open from the. Let us open this form. Okay, hide button. Form has closed automatically. When you refresh this form, see here, John record. So what we have done, we have created a drop dialog button, and we have created drop dialog form. In this form, the fields are coming from temporary table, which already we have created. Why I have taken temporary table? The previous data will not store anywhere. Once I enter, once the form has closed, automatically the data will be deleted permanently from this particular form itself. Again, when you open this form, it will show empty. So you will have a fresh form, and you can able to enter the values, new values, and you can hire new worker easily.
What about
Okay.
validations, Arjun?
So validation you can provide here. Suppose what kind of validation you want to provide here.
Now, if duplicates one and age, the same validations it has in this
Suppose
form.
if a duplicate is there, record will not insert here. Definitely record will not insert into the already we will set up some primary key and all, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So that is okay, fine. Suppose if you are entering wrong age, okay, so it cannot be, you can you should not enable the button control if the value is wrong. If the value is wrong, you cannot enter the value. For example, if the value below 20, above 60, okay, don't enable the button control.
And we can also write a warning that age should
Yeah,
be.
you always, the remaining things are same. You should write at where in the form level, you just go to the age modified or validate method here. I'm writing a validate method in the hire worker temporary form. Okay. If hire worker tmp dot is less than 20, or hire worker TMP is greater than 60. And here what we need to do, if the value is in between, if the value is in between, something like we should show some error message. Okay, some error message. And also you can disable the button control even, because already you have a button control. There is a button control called this one, right? Hire worker button control. So make auto declaration yes part. Make auto declaration yes. Where it is? Auto declaration yes to the button control. The button control name is hire worker, right?
Yeah,
Hire
we can
worker.
just auto
Uh,
declare, yeah, hire worker dot disable.
hire worker dot hire worker dot enabled false.
Yeah.
Hire worker dot enabled false. Okay, you can make like this, no problem. And also we can render number sequence here. We can render number sequence even. Just a second. Already the label is not coming. Let me check. Let me check. Let me create a label for employee ID. I think it is 504. Okay, this label I will provide at the label value and we can already we have created number sequence, right, on employee ID. We can show the number sequence and okay, we'll do one thing. So how can we trigger the number sequence on that particular field of employee ID in the drop dialog form that I will show you. So we are entering the value manually, right, in the employee ID field in the drop dialog form. So we can automate that number here. Oh God. So we'll do one thing. We'll attach this form to the another browser because it is getting irritating. Okay, let me make this. Let me create a menu item. I'm creating a menu item for emp table underscore list case. What is the form name? This one, right? Okay, menu item. Okay, we'll attach this form in our module, in our newly created module in HR management menu. Here we will attach. Go to the display menu items, list page form, so that now we can open from Chrome browser. International Women's Day. Wednesday. Wednesday. Okay. Oh, the label has deleted right there, so that is the reason. Okay, now we are entering the value manually right here. So what I will do, when I click on hire new worker, automatically the next number has to generate. So what is the next number? That next number we can see in organization administration module. Organization administration module, there is a number sequence form. What is the code we have written while we are creating a number sequence? I think in employee form itself, we have a EMP code or something like, right?
EMP code.
Oh, EMP code.
Just something E code.
Oh, maybe. Okay, fine. No problem. And simply, we just need to do one thing. Let me close all the forms. Okay, where exactly we need to render the button, we need to render the number sequence. While the form, when the form initialization, right? When the form is opening, worker form, in worker form, here we have a method called execute query method is there. Execute query method. So the same piece of code already what we have written in employee table in create method itself. In create method, we have written some piece of code. See this one, right? The same line I'm going to copying. Okay, and here on which control we need to trigger the value? Hire worker tmp dot. One second. What was the data source? Hire worker tmp, right? tmp dot emp id equal to the same piece of code. Okay, let's see.
Here, Arjun, one thing. Can we also write this new sequence number in initialize method?
In which method?
Init method. Init.
Init method, not. We'll see. I will write in init method, init value method. Okay, create method. I will write all all these three places and we'll see the difference.
Ideally, at the time of form initialization, the value
Yeah,
should
when the
assign.
form is initializing, absolutely system will initiate the form, right? When the form is opening, definitely init method will call. Okay, but we'll see why I am writing here and why I am not going to writing in the init method itself. We'll see. So the list page form. Okay, let me open the list page form. Okay, the value automatically populating. Dat 002. Suppose when I click and again, dat 003. Right. So number sequence is working. Okay, fine. So according to your concern, let me comment the code. Okay, let me copy the code and I'll comment it here. Okay. So as per your concern, we'll write it in init method. Okay. Init method. I will write it after super. Okay.
And also, if the record is not getting created in between, then that number sequence will be reversed, or will it continue?
Yes, it will. Because if you deleted a record also, if you deleted a number also, that number will not generate again. System automatically creates the next record, next number.
Okay.
Same number will not generate again because already a system will store the previous number.
So if one person is clicking on new and one person is clicking on this button, so the number will be sequential, right? It will not affect anything, right?
That's what that I will also do one thing. The same form I will attach to the new button control also. I will attach the same form that this drop dialog form is there, right? So I will attach to the new itself. Okay, just wait. Okay, see, init method is not working. The number is not generating, right? The number is not generating. Okay, let's try it in init value method. We'll see in the init value. We'll see init value. Okay. Okay, I'll comment this code. Build. So if it is not working in init value, it will not work in create method even here. See, both init value and create will similar kind of actions will be there. So no need to write in create method if it is not working in init value. So my init value, it is not working. Just the form is rendering, but we are not creating record. System is not creating record here. So in init value method, I don't think so it will work. Here the record is not creating, right? Just we are clicking on the button control, just a form is dropping, that's it. Here system is not performing a create action. Oh, fine. When it is opening, okay, record is creating by default. 1 second. When you open, oh, fine. Init value, and also there is a method called execute query. Execute query also will work. And fine. Anything? Oh, one more thing I need to tell you here. Okay, you asked me about new record, right? New record option. New record. So where is the form? So we need to go to the EMP table form. EMP table list form. In this form, there is a new button, right?
Yeah.
In this one, there is a new button. So go to the properties of the design. There is a new record action, default action. Okay, I'm selecting C here. Hire new worker, and the default action is this one. Default action, new record action.
So Arjun, it cannot be like this, right? When someone creates new, it should directly open it should select create a new number sequence there, and when you click on this, it should use the same number sequence which you're using in new. It cannot happen.
Same number sequence will happen.
No, no, no. You are attaching this this button, this form there, right? Instead of attaching this form, like generally when we click on new, it will generate a new number sequence, right? We can do that, and this also.
Oh, two number sequences.
Yeah, but the
Different.
same number sequences. Two areas number sequence, but the same number sequence. It will work if you do that, or it will not work.
I mean, you are asking when I click on new button and when I click on higher button, so system generate the same number sequence.
Yeah.
Oh, it will work.
It will be in sequential also.
Yeah, definitely. Next number will generate. We'll try one thing here.
Yeah.
We'll create one record with one button control, another button control also we'll see.
No, I'm saying one with button control and one without button control. We can add
Okay.
a number sequence. So generally we add a number sequence, right? Directly.
Okay.
That's what
When I click on, so 007 already generated right now for this record. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 007 has been created. Now when I click on new button,
No, new button, you just assign this button there, right? Instead of
yes,
assigning this hire new worker, directly it will come, right? New number sequence will be generated. Generally we do that, right? So if that also works, it will fine. It will work. I think it will work. Yeah.
I didn't get your point really.
No, you attached this form, right? This
Attach this form to the new button control.
Yeah. So I'm asking you without attaching this form. If you click on new, number sequence will be generated, right? And this button also same thing will work. So if it will work, if it will work that way, that's what my question was. Same number sequence will be used to two sides, but
Same number,
one with
same
form
number,
and one without form.
no, same number sequence will generate. If you use different form also, if you use different form also for new button and this one, because see already system has generated the last number 0008, right? So the next number absolutely 009. If you use this code in any other form also, even next number will be system automatically find the previous number and it will generate the next number, the same number sequence. You want to use different number sequences, you need to again write different code. Same number sequence, you need to write the same code. I have written here, there is a code, right? One line code, this one, this line, this code. You just copy the code and wherever you want, you can paste it here. So the name says same number sequence will generate automatically. Wherever you want. This code is available in two forms right now. EMP table underscore list page form and EMP table both. Right now, the last number is 0008. Already we have created. Right now, when I'm creating here, it will be 009. The next number will be 009 in this form. because already the previous number will store in the system itself. System automatically finds the, see, already 008 already created because we have created a new button, a new thing. So when I click on new button, see 009, 008 already we have created by clicking on the new button plus new button. So 009 is creating here. Okay, now we'll discuss about the debugging concept. Okay.
Yeah.
Debugging concept.
Arjun, two things. One is the debugging one. Another is from the support perspective. Like some we need to check whether any control or any fields, is there any customization is there or not, or from the screen if any issue error comes, how will check in the back end, means from the through the Visual Studio.
Okay, I'll tell you that. Okay, first okay, let me open.
Tomorrow or so, because today time is over.
Okay, we'll complete this one, we'll see.
Okay.
Let me open EMP table form. In EMP table form, we have, so what kind of things we will debug? Okay, for example, so there is a dialog box. Okay, there is a dialog box. Here I'm giving some values. For example, I'm just giving values like third month records. Third month records. How many records are existed for third month? When you see here, there is how many records are existed for in third month? 2 records. 110 record and dat 0007 record, right? Now, okay, when you open the dialog box, we'll debug this code. Third month range. So you are getting 2 records, 110 and dat. So we'll debug this. We'll debug and we'll see whether the 2 records are coming or not. So if you go to the back end of this code, I mean, let me open the code. We have written in clicked method itself, I think. Yes, this one, right? Open dialog, open DOB dialog. Open DOB dialog. Okay, now I'm making, okay, select wherever you want. Select the record by clicking on the corner here. Place the corner and click here. And there is an option here. Go to the debug option here, debug. And there is a toggle breakpoint, or you can use F9 even. Okay, F9. And to run the code, we need to use F10. I mean F10. Okay, and so okay, let's make the breakpoint first. Toggle breakpoint. I have set the breakpoint. Now I will run this form.
Attached process.
Okay, I'm going to run this form. So now the form has opened. Let's open the dialog box. Okay, now once I click on here again, it has came here. Now using F10. Okay, now, so first of all, initially in from date, okay, so the cursor is available on from date. I mean df1. So in df1 there is a null value, right? Now there is no value, right? Initially we don't have a value. So when you go back to here, if you want to see what is the value in df1, select the df1 and there is a corner, there is a arrow mark. So the minimum, the first value is 0 because in df1 we don't have a value. Okay, when you come back here, it is running a dialog box. Now, oh, 1 second. So we need to provide the values. Just a second. Okay, let me execute again. We'll make the debugging at while select. How many records we are selecting and what are the records we are selecting, and we can see in the debugging concept what are the records like 10, 110 and that number, right? Okay, let me open the dialog box. System got slow. Now, okay, fine. I will set up the breakpoint here. Okay, now I will run the code, EMP table code. Okay, I will enter the values, 3rd month. Okay, when you click on OK button, see, automatically it went into the Visual Studio. Now we can, okay, now press F10 button. Okay, it came here and you can check the value, select the value and you can check here. When you, okay, now once we came here, you can see there is a 110 record. In EMPAD, 110 record has selected. In df1.value, if you go to the add watch, there is a 31st/3/2021 the df2.value. Okay, and when you select this one, go to the add watch. df1 error expected. What is the error? Oh, 1 second. Oh, why the null value? We have given a value, right? df1.value. Okay, fine. We'll go to again. In df1, so dob, there is a HHH record, the name. Okay, the name HHH record. When you come back here, okay, what is the value we have selected here? So there is a HHH recorder name. Okay, ES27 and DAT 0007 recorder. See. Okay. So only 2 records got selected, right? Say, see, once the 2 records got selected, automatically it will came back to this particular. It is came out of the loop. came out of the loop. That's it. So it is coming, and that's it. So these are the values
Yeah.
we
So,
are
but
getting.
in this case, we know exactly which class is getting triggered. But in real scenarios, we'll never know, right? So we'll be using info class or something.
Only we can see if you want to see the values, like you just make some info statement and we can do the to know the values. But if you want to see particularly where the record is there and what is the value currently, okay, how many times it is executing, whether the value is getting correctly or not into the variable. So
Yeah.
these kind of things we can able to find through debugging.
Yeah. True. Yeah. How
Yes,
do, yeah, that exactly.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are
We should find out.
getting,
Yeah.
we are seeing the values record by record, right? How many times the loop is running? How many times the loop is running, and what are the exact value and we are getting here. So we are getting know that here.
Yeah, but here,
Yes.
because we know exactly where exactly it is we are getting triggered, but sometimes, for example, we are getting error while doing a process. We need to
Hmm.
debug that process. So where exactly we don't.
We have
That is what
thousands of lines and we don't know where that error is coming.
the
So
process
we
is.
should put a breakpoint there, right? So there is.
See, for example, you are not getting value into the employee ID. So first of all, from where onwards you need to trigger from here onwards. From here onwards, you need to make the breakpoint like this, toggle breakpoint, and start and make this object as a startup object and start executing.
No,
And
no,
here
no.
there is.
Yeah, yeah. So this one we understood, Arjun. We are asking, for example, there is out of the box process is there. In that out of the
Hmm,
box, while doing certain thing, we are getting an error.
hmm.
So we need to debug that. We don't even know which class is exactly it out of the box has like hundreds of classes. We don't even know which method is getting triggered, error is getting triggered. So we can't
Some
just put a breakpoint
classes we
where
cannot system classes we cannot make we cannot make the debugging concept in system classes. Whatever the code we have written, that we can make debugging, right? So process is same. Wherever you are getting the error, just keep 2 or 3 lines before your breakpoint and start debugging concept.
no. What I'm saying is there is a big like we did not develop something. There is some error we are getting. We need to find the error, right? So we should put that breakpoint in the main method or where should we putting it?
How can I say that one really? So where you are getting error and where you are not getting the value, you just find out, and you should try two three ways. First, you need to make the breakpoint at one place and start debugging. Whether you are not getting, try another method like that. But I cannot say okay. So it is not like it is not a straight point, right? A debugging concept. It is not a straight point really. Where you are getting, you should analyze first. Okay, so in this form, I'm not getting value. So you just go to the particular form or a table, okay, and find out that method and start debugging. Put the breakpoint and start debugging. So you should know the flow, right? Where exactly the form is working, where the code is running. You should know the flow, right? According to that flow, you need to continue. I cannot
Uh,
say we don't have a single method. You should keep the breakpoint and start debugging for entire business logic. So we don't have like that. See, in this form, for example, I'm not getting value, so that I just keep it. I just kept the breakpoint here.
yeah.
So here I'm just telling the process, but I'm not saying okay, this is only the process. In this while select, I have kept the breakpoint and I'm showing the values after running. I'm continuously press F10. By making F10, so system is running the code line by line, so that in that line by line, you just need to check the values. But where I need to keep the breakpoint means I don't know really. But here I don't. I'm getting error or I'm not getting value, so that's I kept at 313 point 313 line. Why I have not kept here?
And can you tell me what is info class, Arjun? So I heard like In info class, if you don't know something, we can put a breakpoint in info class, and it will take you to where exactly you're getting a problem. You know what is info class in sys method or something? Info class.
No. Info is a predefined class. How you will put the breakpoint there? No, see, many people will tell you that here you should use the info statement. That's it. You should use the info statement, and you can get the value. For example, here I'm not getting the value. You should write one alert message, so that system will automatically show the alert message, right?
Yeah.
And one more thing, Arjun. So let's say here we have a class, and so in this class, can we know means at what point or from which method the execution flow will start? Like usually we have a main method, and from there the execution starts and control go next. So is there any method here from where the initial execution starts?
In form level,
Yeah,
see, in form, you are talking about debugging or not here?
yeah. So debugging only.
Debugging only, right? Suppose you are doing some action. Okay, you are clicking on button control. Okay, in button control, you are transferring the data from one form to another form. That is the scenario. Okay, in that scenario, what exactly the values are selecting? You want to find out that. So when you click on the button control, what is happening? So what kind of code is executing? For example, here in this form, here we have a form called, okay, here we have it. There is a copy records button is there. So when I click on the copy record button, system will copy every record, right? System will copy every record into the into the EMP table, copy table. So in this process, if you want to know how many records are selecting, what are the records are selecting. So if you go to the back end of this copy button, okay, here only this one clicked. I will make debugger here. I will put the debugger here. What are the records are selecting in the main table, and whether the record is inserted or not. That is the way I will search the records. How many I will know that how many records got selected while I'm clicking on the button control. The process where I need to start means because of the how can I say that? So what exactly we are doing according to that, I'm analyzing the code and I'm keeping the breakpoints.
Okay, and in the real scenario, let's say on a specific form, if we are having any issue or any error, and we want to check that in
This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, for this one, guys, could you please mute your mic? Harsha, from your end, please mute your mic. Just a second. Here, because of relation, we are getting a lookup on employee ID in loan form itself. In loan form, in loan table, we have created a relation with the parent table that is called EMP table. So that is the reason we are getting a lookup on employee ID here, right? We are getting a drop down the data. Now I will delete the relation. First of all, let me go to the table of a loan table. Go to the loan table. Okay, here, go to the relations, and I will delete the relation. Okay, I will delete the relation, EMP ID relation. Build the project. So next time we will not get to look up from the EMP table. When you execute this loan form, you will not get the lookup directly. Okay. Now you just go to the loan table form. Just go to the loan table form, and there is a employee ID field. Employee ID field. There is a method called lookup. Okay. There is a method called lookup. So in this lookup method, I will write the code. So here, delete this super. It will not work. And we have a class called query. Class called query. New query. And we have a class called query build data source. Query build this data source. Query build data source. I have created an object for the query build data source. And also we have a class called query build range. We have a class called query build range. I'm just giving QBR. And here query build range. And there is a class called sys table lookup. Sys table lookup LOC. I have created an object for the sys table lookup class equal to sys table lookup. See, there is a sys table lookup, and there is a method called new parameters. Sys table lookup. There is a new parameters. New parameters. Here, from which table you want to get the lookup. So that table name we need to provide here, EMP table. Okay, EMP table. So here directly we should not type the table. It is asking table ID. So we have a function called table num. Sorry. Just a second. It is asking table ID, right? Table ID, table num. Table num, EMP table. Now, just a second. New parameters is missing argument today. Form control. Okay, fine. Now, comma form control. Form control is underscore form control. That is the default parameter we need to pass here. Okay, default parameter. Now, so now I'm going to adding QBDS equal to query dot add data source. Now I'm going to adding the data source to the QBDS object. So it is asking again table ID. Table num EMP table. Okay, now already we have created an object for this systable lookup class. So systable lookup class dot add lookup field. So what kind of field? I mean, which field you want to add? Field num EMP table comma EMP ID. I required to add as a field. So along with ID, if you want to add any other columns, you can add here. For example, I just want to add name. I just want to add, for example, date of birth. I just want to add phone number or status. I just want to add a status column in query. Okay, now, okay, fine. And here, so sys table lookup LOC dot Q param query. There is a method called param query, and there is a systable lookup loc dot perform form lookup is there. That's it. Okay, let's execute this code. We'll see. We have added 4 columns in the lookup: ID, name, age, date of birth, and status. So these 4 columns we will get it in the lookup itself. Okay, let me open this loan form. We have not used query build range class. That I will use it next time. Okay. First of all, we'll see how many fields we are getting in the lookup itself. We'll see. Okay, when you create a new record, see, we are getting 4 columns from the EMP table because of lookup method. System is executing lookup method. Now I just want to render only status yes records in the lookup. Got it my point? How many columns are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 records are there. Only status yes records. Only I just want to show status yes records in the lookup. So that we can make it here. So that is the advantage of the lookup method. Already I have written QBR. Okay, QBR here. Now I'm going to writing one more line of code. QBR equal to QBDS dot add range field num of EMP table comma. I'm going to adding the range on status column, right? Status column. Okay, so status column will make it on range. And what exactly you want in that status? So QBR dot value. QBR dot value. Here there is a class called sysquery. Sysquery dot value, and we are giving no yes. We require yes fields. Okay. So these 2 lines I have written for getting the range from the status field. Now system will find out how many fields are there, how many records are there for status yes. Only those records will show in the lookup itself. Fine. Only status yes records are showing. So that is about the query concept.